I'm noticing a fire that broke out on the night of November 28th, 1942 at the Cocoanut Grove nightclub. The firefighters had an amazing response time due to the fact that they were already pretty darn close responding to an automobile fire. The total number of responders is on this piece of paper. There were 25 engine companies, 5 ladder companies, 3 rescue squads, and a water tower. As reports continued to be received on the fire, the Boston Metropolitan Chapter of American Red Cross mobilized 500 workers to aid in the treatment of victims. Also, the Nurses Aids Corps mobilized an additional 500 members to help alleviate some of the stress on nurses stationed at the local hospitals. On this poster behind me, I have a floor plan of the Coconut Grove nightclub. The fire was reported to start here in the Melody Lounge, which is in the basement. The Melody Lounge is surrounded by a false wall and decorations. The wall is covered with decorations that made it very hard, if impossible, for the guests to find their way out. They tried to escape through the only exit they knew of, the stairs. Problem is, at the top of the stairs, the door they were trying to get out of was locked, causing the untimely death of several patrons. What most people did not know was that there was a door right here. The few that were lucky enough to find it, or were led there by an employee, escaped with their lives through this kitchen. Actually, a few of them managed to save their own lives by hiding in these refrigerators. The patrons upstairs had no idea what was going on in the basement, at least for a short period of time. They soon realized that there were people running up from the basement and running towards the exits, and so they must have been like, what the heck is going on? And like heard screams of fire, fire, ah, and stuff like that. And so they were really freaked out. And this is really not looking good. Oh, as the people were running up from the basement, they were running to the only exit they knew of, the revolving door that they took to get in. Problem is, revolving doors aren't good escape routes. So as people try to jam themselves in, they were trying to push on both sides, resulting in them just being stuck there and getting more panicked. The result of them being stuck there caused around 200 people to die. In the 1942 Building Exits Code, it actually stated that there's supposed to be doors on either side of the revolving door to be used as emergency exits. But for some reason, the Coconut Grove nightclub either didn't read these or just chose to ignore them. The fire resulted in a change in the wording of the codes to make it more precise and to enable you, and it made it so you had to have one door on each side of the revolving door within 28 feet or 25 feet for emergency exits. Also, as a result of this fire, the max capacity of buildings was more strictly enforced, and also there wasn't any laws in effect saying for places of assembly there had to be fire sprinkler systems. But as a result of this fire, that was changed, and now every place that has that can be a place of public assembly must have fire sprinkler systems. The fire spread extremely rapidly. It only took about 12 minutes to go from start to finish. There's many theories about why it took such a small amount of time for it to proceed so quickly. Some speculate that since there was tons of people drinking alcohol, there was tons of vapor building up in the building, and that caused a increase in the speed of the fire. Others thought it could have been like the decorations and tapestries of all that along the walls. Others think that supposedly the Coconut Grove nightclub was built over a old car garage, and they think there might be gas tanks still buried in the ground that had been leaking vapors into the nightclub for such a long time that it built up enough to actually affect the speed of the fire. Problem is, even though the number of theories is very long, the list of theories is very long, not one has been confirmed.